Hello, Year 7, and Feliz Año Nuevo, Happy New Year. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Senora Fowler, and I'll be delivering your Spanish lessons online for the whole of this week. So welcome back to spring term, and we're starting a new topic, which is mi familia, my family, and let's get started. I will give you instructions, so please just listen to my instructions throughout the course of this recording and this video. I'll tell you when to pause the video so that you can write things in your book or you can practice it in Spanish. So let's start off. Please write down the title, ¿Tienes hermanos?, which means do you have brothers or sisters? Please underline that. Also write the date in Spanish and underline also. You can pause this video whilst you do that. Okay, so our lesson aims for this week. We're going to understand vocabulary about siblings, memorize possessive adjectives, and introduce the verb llamarse, which means to be called. So remember our double L there, llamarse, pronounced as a Y, llamarse. We'll also apply the vocabulary we've learned by writing a paragraph in one of our later classes, and we'll evaluate and set targets on how to improve further. So your starter task, please conjugate the verb tener, meaning to have, correctly by matching up the English to the Spanish. So you can see in blue there, you have the English, and you need to write in your books the English and match it up correctly to the Spanish. There's an extension task also for you to translate I am 12 years old and I am 5 years old. So please pause the video now whilst you do that. Right, using a different color pen, please mark your own work. So these are the answers. Yo tengo, tú tienes, él o ella tiene, nosotros tenemos, vosotros tenéis, and ellos and ellas tienen. And your extension answer is tengo 12 años y tengo 5 años. Right, so moving on. So today's class, we're going to introduce the vocabulary on siblings. We're going to look at the grammar point, the verb tener, do some practice, and then end with a plenary. So you can see there's the little man in front of a lectern speaking there. So that's your sign, but this is an opportunity for you to speak in Spanish. So I will say what you see on the screen, and then I'd like you to pause me and repeat after me. And you can do that as many times as you want. Okay, so we're asking the question here. ¿Tienes hermanos? Do you have any brothers or sisters? And the answer, sí, tengo un hermano, which means yes, I have a brother. Like I say, you can pause me now so you can practice. ¿Tienes hermanos? Do you have any brothers or sisters? Sí, tengo una hermana. Pause me and practice that now. Good, and we're going to do that for each and every one that we do. ¿Tienes hermanos? Sí, tengo un hermano y una hermana. ¿Tienes hermanos? Sí, tengo dos hermanos. Son gemelos. So that is, yes, I have two brothers, and you can probably guess it's the same picture. So son gemelos means they are twins. Notice twins when it's two boys. ¿Tienes hermanos? Sí, tengo dos hermanas. Son gemelas. So notice the difference. Gemelos, two boy twins. Gemelas, two girl twins. So again, pause me and practice. ¿Tienes hermanos? Sí, tengo 4 hermanos, 2 hermanos y 2 hermanas. Yes, I have 4 brothers and sisters, 2 brothers and 2 sisters. Big family. ¿Tienes hermanos? No, no tengo hermanos. Soy hija única. So this is no, I don't have any brothers or sisters. I'm an only child. But please notice the ending, soy hija única, both end in A. So that refers to a girl if it's a girl who's an only child. So our next one. ¿Tienes hermanos? No, no tengo hermanos. Soy hijo único. So that would be what you would say if you were a boy and you didn't have any brothers or sisters. So a boy, soy hijo único, and a girl, soy hija única. Okay, so now I would like you to make a good and accurate note of that in your books. So please match the English to the Spanish. You need to write both of these in your book. Do the best you can. Obviously, we haven't spent long doing that, but use your skills as linguists to try and deduce what one it might be. There's an extension task at the end. How would you say I have 2 brothers, but I don't have sisters? So please also try and attempt that. So pause me now whilst you complete that. Okay, and these are your answers. So please use a different colour pen and mark your own work, and you can see the answers there. Give yourself a mark out of 8 as well. Hopefully you got the majority of those right. So that's the vocabulary covered. We're now going to move on to the grammar point, the verb tener. So you've come across the verb tener. You would have come across that in your autumn 1 term. So you conjugate the verb tener to say how many brothers or sisters people have. So I've given you some examples there. Tengo dos hermanas. I have 2 sisters. Tienes un hermano. You have 1 brother. Tiene 3 hermanos. He or she has 3 brothers. But remember also in Spanish, you use tener with age. So in English, you say, I am 11. But in Spanish, you say, I have 11 years. So you must use tener to give your age. For example, tengo 11 años. Tengo 12 años. So please now pause this video again so you can write down that grammar point. Excellent, well done. So moving on to our practice. So vamos a hacer un sondeo. We're going to do a survey. So this you're going to do with a group of friends. So in a moment, you'll pause this video. You're going to do a survey. I would like you to message 5 of your friends from your class. You can do that on WhatsApp or on text message or on the group chat on Google Classroom, and ask them in Spanish if they have any brothers or sisters. So you will say, ¿Tienes hermanos? Remember the upside down question marks for Spanish as well. So your friend will need to reply in Spanish. If they reply in English, send them a message back saying, no, they did need to do it in Spanish. So they need to reply in Spanish, and then you can draw the grid that you can see on the presentation, draw that, write it in your books, and you can complete it in Spanish, please. So there's someone that should reply, no, sí, tengo un hermano, tengo un hermano, or tengo una hermana. Or if they don't, they can say, no, soy hijo único, or soy hija única, or equally, I'm more than happy if you make this up. This is not a truth test. This is just about practicing the language. Okay, so please pause me and do that now. First of all, copy the table, then message your friends, and then you can complete the table. Okay, so hopefully you've all done that now. Well done. And I've given you an example. For example, me, la señora Faula, yo no tengo hermanos, pero sí tengo una hermana. Okay, and finally, we'll get on to our plenary task for this class. So I would like you to imagine you are Maggie Simpson. Okay, I'd like you to introduce yourself in Spanish by saying, hello, my name is Maggie, obviously in Spanish, and then say how many brothers and sisters you have. Please write this in your book. So pause me now so that you can do that. Excellent, well done. So this is the answer. Hola, me llamo Maggie. Tengo un hermano y una hermana. So hopefully you got that right. And finally, your final task for today's class is to please write down what you have learnt today in your books. I would like you just to do a summary, only needs to be 1 sentence long, just saying what you've done. And then as a reminder, please take a photograph of the work that you've done in your class today and send it to your teacher. They will give you instruction. They'll have either done an assignment on Google Classroom, or they'll advise you if you should post it on the stream. Okay, so please do that now. Take a photo of the work that you've just done in the class and send it to them so they can check the work that you've done. Okay, that's it for today. Muchas gracias y hasta muy pronto. Adiós.